A photograph of a greenish, mist-shrouded river deep beneath the Yucatán jungle stunned millions worldwide, yet no one could explain how a flowing river could exist underwater. Scientists, thrill seekers, and even advanced underwater drones have tried to unravel Cenote Angelita's secret. What they found defied logic, rewriting what we thought possible beneath the surface. But the most unsettling questions remained. How is such a phenomenon even real? And what dangers lie hidden in its depths? In August 2013, a single photograph surfaced online and sent shockwaves around the world. Russian photographer Anatoly Belokhin hovered at nearly 100 feet below the surface of Cenote Angelita, his camera capturing a scene that looked impossible. A river, complete with banks and fallen trees, winding through a greenish-white fog. Yet the entire landscape was submerged in crystal-clear water. The image defied logic. Tree trunks and branches jutted from a mound of debris, their silhouettes fading into a dense, misty band that seemed to glow with its own eerie light. What appeared to be a flowing channel was, in reality, a sharply defined layer suspended in the darkness, dividing two worlds. Belokhin's photo ricocheted through diving forums, science blogs, and mainstream news outlets. Headlines called it a river under the sea. Social media users debated whether it was real or an elaborate digital trick. The photograph's haunting beauty and improbable geometry left even seasoned divers questioning what they were seeing. No surface river could explain this underwater vision. The viral image became the definitive snapshot of Cenote Angelita, sparking a wave of curiosity and skepticism. For many, the photograph was more than a curiosity. It was a challenge. If the camera could capture such a scene, what would scientific instruments reveal? Was this truly a river, or a trick of the light in layers? The mystery set the stage for a deeper investigation, one that would demand more than a glance through a camera lens. Hidden in the dense jungle of the Yucatán Peninsula, Cenote Angelita sits about 22 kilometers south of Tulum, just off the highway to Chetumal. The name means "little angel" in Spanish, but the site itself is anything but small. From the surface, it appears as a simple circular pond surrounded by trees and thick undergrowth. Yet beneath that modest entrance, the ground drops away into a nearly perfect vertical shaft, an open pit carved into ancient limestone. Divers describe Angelita as a natural well, its walls plunging straight down for nearly 60 meters, or close to 200 feet. The opening is wide enough to swallow a bus, but the descent feels more like entering a tunnel than swimming in open water. Access is not straightforward. Angelita lies on private land, and entry is controlled by local landowners who work with dive operators to manage visits. There are no paved paths or grand staircases here, just a narrow trail winding through the jungle, sometimes muddy, always humid. Equipment is hauled in by hand. For those bringing scientific instruments or heavy camera rigs, every step toward the water's edge is a reminder of the cenote's isolation. Once at the lip, the scale becomes clear. The surface is still and dark, with overhanging branches casting deep shadows across the water. There are no currents, no surface outflow. The true depth remains hidden until you slip beneath the surface and begin the slow descent. With each meter, the daylight fades and the walls seem to close in, creating a sense of both awe, and confinement. Angelita's vertical drop and remote location have made it a magnet for advanced divers, but also a natural barrier, one that resists easy exploration and demands careful planning for any machine or person hoping to reach its depths. In the winter of 2004, a team of engineers and scientists gathered at the edge of a Yucatán cenote, preparing to test a new tool in the world of underwater exploration, the triggerfish remotely operated vehicle. Weighing in at 68 pounds, this open-frame vehicle was designed to do what human divers could not. It would descend into flooded caves, navigate tangled debris, and capture high-resolution images in places where visibility dropped to near zero. Its 5-megapixel digital camera and live video feed were state-of-the-art for the era, offering a chance to document submerged environments with a clarity and consistency that human eyes, clouded by silt or disoriented by darkness, could rarely match. The mission was simple in theory, but daunting in practice. The cenotes of Sabakha and Santa Maria, chosen for these early tests, presented a maze of vertical shafts, overhanging ledges, and sudden drops. The ROV pilot, working from the surface, maneuvered the vehicle by watching its camera feed and feeling every tug and twist of the tether. Even minor snags on a tree branch or rock could spell disaster, so the support team paid constant attention to the cable's tension, guiding it inch by inch as the vehicle moved deeper into the shaft. Hydrogen sulfide posed its own challenge. The gas, corrosive to metal and electronics, threatened to eat away at connectors and camera housings. After every deployment, the team rinsed the vehicle thoroughly, checking for signs of wear, but the risk was worth it. The triggerfish could linger at depths no diver would risk, scanning the water column, documenting the halocline, and revealing the hidden architecture of the cenote. Each mission was a proof of concept, a demonstration that robotic explorers could gather hard data and images in environments too hazardous for direct human exploration. The footage and readings collected during these early dives would lay the groundwork for future expeditions, offering scientists and archaeologists a new way to peer into the secrets of the Yucatan's flooded underworld. Layer upon layer, Cenote Angelita's waters reveal a hidden order shaped by physics and chemistry. At the surface, rain-fed freshwater forms a clear lens, floating atop denser saline groundwater that seeps in from the distant Caribbean. Where these two worlds meet, a sharp boundary emerges, the halocline. This interface, only a few meters thick, is where the illusion of an underwater river takes shape. Light bends and distorts as it passes through the abrupt change in salinity, creating a visual shimmer that blurs the familiar into the surreal. Yet the story does not stop with simple stratification. Trapped between the layers, a dense cloud of hydrogen sulfide collects, produced by microscopic bacteria feasting on a graveyard of leaves and branches. As these microbes break down organic debris, they strip oxygen from the water and breathe in sulfate, releasing hydrogen sulfide as a byproduct. This gas dissolves into the water and, together with ultrafine sulfur particles, creates the milky, greenish fog that divides the cenote. The result is a chemical barrier that is both visible and tangible, a fog so thick that even powerful lights barely penetrate it. Divers and scientists often debate just how thick this cloud really is. Some report a narrow band, just 2 or 3 feet across, while others describe a layer stretching more than 10 feet from top to bottom. The answer depends on where you look and how you measure. Visually, the densest fog sits at the center, but chemical sensors would detect a more gradual transition, with hydrogen sulfide and salinity shifting over several meters. Without a detailed vertical profile from instruments such as a CTD, which measures conductivity, temperature, and depth, the precise boundaries remain uncertain. For now, the cloud stands as both a spectacle and a mystery, its true dimensions waiting for the next generation of explorers to measure and map. A local cave diver steadies his breath before slipping beneath the surface of Angelita. Training and experience matter here, and at 30 meters down, the world changes in an instant. The water, clear just moments before, transforms into a murky soup as he enters the hydrogen sulfide cloud. Visibility drops to almost nothing. Even with a mask and regulator, the sharp stench of rotten eggs cuts through, burning in the nose and throat. There is no light, only the sensation of moving through a heavy, invisible barrier. Disorientation sets in fast. It is easy to lose track of up and down, or even your own hands. Only divers with advanced certification are allowed this deep. The risk of nitrogen narcosis, the toxic water, and the confusion of total darkness all press in at once. Every movement is measured, every decision deliberate. One wrong turn at this depth can mean disaster. Plastic bags and soda cans drift just above the sulfurous cloud, caught in the same suspended layer as ancient tree limbs and leaves. This debris does more than spoil the illusion. It reveals how even the most isolated corners of the aquifer are not immune to human impact. An archaeologist from INAH points out that cenotes like Angelita are more than geological wonders. They are archives of both natural history and culture, preserving evidence from thousands of years. Yet modern waste now rests beside centuries-old organic matter, threatening the delicate chemistry that makes these places unique. The cenotes waters are a window into the Yucatan's vast underground aquifer, reminding us that every piece of trash left behind is carried into a system that sustains both people and ecosystems. Protecting these sites is not only a matter of science, but of shared responsibility. Beneath the surface, Angelita's hidden layers still challenge what we know about water, life, and the limits of exploration. As drone technology advances, these fragile worlds become more accessible and more vulnerable. Every new glimpse is a reminder. Some mysteries require not just curiosity, but stewardship. Share your thoughts below.